That's right. Yep, it's me. I'm on. We're on. How are you? Good evening. Dave Guerra here. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. If you're watching live, I do appreciate you stopping by. And for those of you that are watching this on replay, thank you. So how are you? It is Thursday, February 7, 2018, the first full week of the month is down, or it's just about over. And how are you? How'd you like this first 7 days? And that's what I mean, the first full week, for 7 days. There's some people that believe in the calendar starts on a Saturday or Sunday and goes all the way to Saturday. I get that, that's fine, but I'm one of those, the first is the first, doesn't matter when it falls. It is what it is, otherwise it'd be something else, and that's what it would be. That being said, good evening, welcome to Let's Have a Chat. Tonight's topic is leadership. And on leadership, I want to talk tonight about this disturbing trend, and it never seems to go away. It's like we start to see it disappear, and then just as quickly it rears its ugly head and it comes back and playing with the shadows here, shadow puppets. So, that being said, groupthink. Yep, groupthink. Groupthink, groupthink. And what is groupthink? Well, it's defined as the practice of thinking or making decisions as a group in a way that discourages creativity or individual responsibility. That's groupthink. And you've probably fallen victim to it, or you're probably in it, or you've probably seen others participate in it, but it's difficult to avoid it. It's difficult because it permeates everything. Everybody wants to be right. Nobody wants to be wrong. Nobody wants to stand out for fear of getting. And so everybody goes along with it. And I'm generalizing. I get that. I'm generalizing. But for the most part, people don't want to rock the boat. People don't want to make waves. I get that. I understand it. No, I don't want to rock the boat. I don't want to make waves. But you know what? When I ask a question and it's not a popular question, or the answer won't be the popular answer because the group deems it that way, well then guess what? I want an answer. I will ask the question, and I will keep asking the question, and I want an answer. And if they don't want to answer it, well then that's on them. That just shows me who they are, what they stand for, what they believe in. And so long as they keep surrounding, so they'll gravitate away from me, and they'll start surrounding themselves around people that are yes people. Yes men, yes women, yes whatever. Yes person. And you've heard that. Those yes people. They're just suck-ups. They'll just say yes to anything. They don't care. That's the groupthink right there. That's the prime example of groupthink. And when groupthink fails, the leader fails. Why? Because they were following that leader. So asking those questions, asking those tough questions, and they don't have to be tough, but because nobody else is asking them, they automatically become the tough questions. Oh, why is he picking on me? Who does he think he is to ask those questions? You know who he is? He's somebody who deserves an answer. Why am I picking on you? I'm not picking on you, but you seem to have an answer because you've done something or you've said something to put yourself in that position. Therefore, I want to amplify. I want to make sure if I'm going to look up to somebody or address somebody as a professional or believe that they're professionals, then they should be professional enough to answer two sides of the same question. There's always two sides. There's a positive, there's a negative. And if they can do that, that's awesome, because that shows me that they're looking at both sides of the problem. They're looking at both sides of the issue. And folks, groupthink doesn't allow that. Groupthink says, well, what does our leader say? Or what does this person we perceive as a professional, what does that person say? And then we'll follow that, and that'll be the answer. And if the leader doesn't want to answer because the professional doesn't want to answer because it hurts, because the answer will hurt, then what kind of a leader is that? What kind of an individual is that? What kind of a professional is that doesn't want to answer questions? What kind of an adult is that does not want to answer questions because, again, the truth is going to be harder, and it might be detrimental to whatever they built up, to the image they're projecting, to whatever they're trying to do, but yet They've surrounded themselves with people that think the way or just listen to them. And then what have they got? They've got nothing. Folks, history is loaded with this. History is loaded with groupthink. Remember, think back to high school literature. We read the play, Julius Caesar. And in that, there's that soothsayer, Act 2. It's got one line. Beware the Ides of March. He was trying to warn Caesar that something's coming. Something bad's coming. He's about to get out. But he didn't want to hear it. And the people around him said, oh, don't pay attention. That's just an old soothsayer. They know nothing. That's just an old whatever, witch or heretic or prognosticator or whatever they called him. But everybody surrounding Caesar said, oh, don't worry. But they were the ones plotting. They were the ones plotting. So Caesar did not heed the Ides of March, the warning of the Ides of March. And, well, we know what happened on March 15. Again, throughout history, Hitler's rise to power. Here's a man who took charge, who found a situation, and he exploited the situation, and he rose to power, surrounded by yes people. And then the ones that actually got him in power, the ones that actually he worked with and manipulated, he didn't need them, so he got rid of them. But guess what happened in the end? That's right. Nothing good happened in the end. So you see what I'm saying? Surround yourself with yes people. I guarantee you there's nothing good going to come of it. Oh, there's one I don't like. The Space Shuttle Challenger. That whole thing. Read about it. Learn about it. Don't just say that it was a catastrophe. Yes, it was a catastrophe, but it could have been avoided. It could have been prevented. But groupthink is what drove the launch and is what drove to that tragedy. Enron. Early 20th century, early 21st century, late 20th century, Enron, WorldCom, MCI, they were the smartest guys in the room. They knew what they were doing. They were manipulating. They were committing fraud, and they got caught and toppled down. Toppled a company too big to fail that was thought to be too big to fail. And then several years later, we had that whole banking debacle. Again, banks too big to fail. But again, what led that? Groupthink. So folks, if you aren't questioning, if you aren't challenging, if you aren't playing devil's advocate, or if you're the leader and you find yourself, no one is challenging your questions, no one is challenging your actions, no one's challenging you, no one's questioning you, my friend, beware the Ides of March. Because again, if somebody isn't putting you in check, then you've got a lot of trouble coming your way. And you've got to be in check. Because you know what? That not only says, hey, wait a minute, I'm a human being. I need to check what I'm doing. I need to check myself. But it also says, hey, I'm going to learn from this and I'm going to become better. I'm going to avoid these problems. So folks, avoid groupthink. Remember, history's full of it. But question, ask questions, demand answers. And if they don't like it, then just watch them fall. Because that's what's going to happen. And that's what happened to all the others. Folks, my name is David Guerra. Thank you for watching. Thanks for watching. Let's have a chat. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a great evening.